Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, Bhinneka online Toastmasters, good evening. I'm Rendra, acting as Sergeant at Arms of this beautiful and lovely clubs. I'm welcoming you because you are alive and still breathing. Now, this is one of the most amazing moments that I can again join Bhinneka after a lot of vacation. For not for longer this time, I would like to invite our acting presidents, will be president soon, Natalie Chayadil, to share the videos of welcoming you. Nat, your turn.
Thank you very much, Rendra, acting SAA. And hello, everyone. My name is Natalie, the current VPEs and the incoming club president. I think it will be my third time as Bhinneka club president. Well, it's another day, another time. Anyhow, I'll welcome all of you who come from all over the globe. We have David connecting from the USA. Welcome, David. Thank you. Takamatsu Toastmasters Club.
Thank you.
And also from,
Taramakashi.
thank you. From the Northern Sphere, we're going to the Southern Spheres. We have Alicia connecting from Australia. Welcome, Alicia. Thank you.
G'day.
Good day, good day. And also from all of you in Indonesia, we're from the very western part of Indonesia, from Medan, Yeni. Hi, Yen, you can unmute yourself because I think this is the first time that you come to our club.
Yeah. Actually, because I'm busy doing my thesis, and then suddenly Rendra sent the picture, and then I said, I saw Dave, long time no see. And then I tried to join. Run away a while for my thesis.
Very much. What club are you from, Yen?
Medan Miracle Pidato Club, Club Bahasa from Medan, Indonesia.
Yes, a little sneak peek. I met Yeni years ago in contest. She
Yeah.
did the Bahasa contest, and I think I did the Bahasa contest for Denpasar Bahasa back in 2021, 2020, something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's years ago.
Yes.
Welcome. Hope you enjoy the meeting. We also have two people from Surabaya, Tia and also Chris from Surabaya Toastmasters Club. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Hello. We have two people also from Yogyakarta, Intan and Nancy, our club member. Yay. And of course, our celebrity, Rendra from Garut. And myself, I'm from Bali. So I hope you guys enjoy this meeting. And yes, let's go into this as we have one more person coming. Uncle Mike from Malaysia. Can you hear me, Uncle Mike?
Hey there, Uncle Mike. Welcome home.
Okay, maybe he still need to settle down. Uncle
Hi.
Mike,
Thank you.
Hi, Uncle Mike. Welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. Hope you enjoy tonight's meeting.
I'm sure I will. Thank you. I'm sorry my camera is not working properly. So
No problem.
yeah, thank
No
you.
problem. Thank you, Uncle. Okay, let's start the meeting, and we want to keep it just like Bhinneka. Before I pass it over to Toastmaster Intan Rawit, at the end, I will have few announcements regarding our club going forward. So at the very end, after the GE session, if you can pass it over to me to close the meeting and do the announcement, that will be much appreciated. And always remember, in Bhinneka, we stand by the club value of ABC. A is appreciate our club member, B is build each other's up, and C, celebrate our successes. And as we're in the last week for our club, last week of this term of Toastmasters, we want to do a halfway check, and that's also related with our Toastmasters theme for today. For that, I would like to welcome onto the virtual stage our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Intan Rawit. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Welcome to another inspiring meeting of Bhinneka Toastmaster Club. I'm Intan Rawit Sapanti, and I'm serving the honor to be your Toastmaster of the meeting today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever climbed a mountain? Please raise your hand. Yeah, a hill is
Yes, I
okay.
have.
Yeah, then you will remember that feeling of reaching the halfway point, right? When you can look back and then you see how far that you've climbed, and then you turn ahead, look ahead, and then you realize that the summit is within your reach. So that feeling of being halfway success is what we are celebrating today. And to open the meeting, I would like to call upon our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster David Craigie from Takamatsu TMC, to introduce the team. The floor is yours.
Sure. I'm general evaluator for today's meeting. In that role, I'll be giving an overall evaluation of what went well and opportunities for improvement. And I also have a team working with me. So my counter for the day is Rendra. Rendra, do you want to introduce your role?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I'm happy at counter tonight. I would like to count your unnecessary failure in using English, appropriate English. I will use a special tip that the owner is here with us now. I have shared my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
You see it. Okay, great. This spatial Excels made by Alicia Caris. She is here with us now. Basically, in this sheet, you can see the lexical and non-lexical failure mostly people use in English that actually that's not change the message of your sentence. However, it seems additional words that if it is deleted or unused, that just will be okay. So I would like to encourage you to use as simple as English as you can and also as good as you can. By doing this, it is not only helping you as a speaker, but also helping me because I have to count less. Okay, I think that's all, GE. I would like to give the report if you called me later on the general evaluation session. I give the control back to David, GE.
Terra Makashi, Rendra. Next, I'll introduce our timer, who is Tia Octavia. Tia, you want to describe your role?
Okay, thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Tia. As a timer, I will the table topic, and I should limit to remarks your time. For the table topic, should like limit the remarks no more than 2 times. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card, At the 1 minute 30 second, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. And the icebreaker for 34 until 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will the green card. At 5 minutes, I will the yellow card. And 6 minutes, I will the red card. And our speech to 5 until 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will the green card. 6 minutes, I will the raise the yellow card. And 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the individual eval, between 2 until 3 minutes. At 3 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Okay, thank you. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Tia. Do we have a grammarian for today?
Nope, unless someone wants to do double role.
Or Yenny, would you like to be our grammarian?
My English grammarian, oh no. Phải thua lại. We are far.
Okay. Or
Just give a try, yeah.
Ah.
It doesn't matter. We prefer that a non-native English speaker does it so that we can learn from our own mistakes. Thank you.
OMG, I'm not good. So please, no.
No? Okay.
No.
I mean, I could do it as part of the GE report if you want. And then, do I introduce any other roles as GE, or is that? Each
Yeah, just me, the
individual.
ballot counter, and the
Oh, ballot.
Club
Okay.
Forever ballot counter. I'll launch the poll after the evaluation session finishes, where you can vote for your favorite speakers, prepared speech speakers, table topic speakers, and also evaluators, as long as they're all eligible. Back to you, David.
Good. All right. So it looks like we will have a great meeting. With that, I will turn it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Intan.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster David. Well, we already hear all the role takers and also their job description. And next, we would like to witness two remarkable speakers that already here. I would like to introduce the first speaker, Christopher Halim from Surabaya Toastmaster Club. Christopher is taking his very first step in the presentation mastery pathway with his icebreaker speech, right? This moment represents the beginning of his journey, and what a better way to start building momentum than with a speech about the magical button. The magical button, Christopher Halim.
Imagine in front of you, there's a button, a magical button, that if you press it, you could go back in time to the day you were born and start over new. Would you press it? Ladies and gentlemen, many years ago, I was asked the same question. And my answer was always, yes, I would definitely press it. Why? Because I had a lot of regrets. When I was a child, my parents always told me to just follow the rules. Study hard, get good grades, and don't screw up. Well, that's a recipe for success, right? But that made me to become afraid. And that made me to never be able to make decisions for myself. I never knew what I like. And I'm afraid to try. Because if I try, I will make mistakes. And if I make mistakes, I would fail. At school, I was a very shy boy and keep having trouble when making new friends. I never joined any clubs, never go to parties. And while everyone was having their best time of their lives, I was only watching from the sidelines, doing nothing. And I regret that. And if you had asked me back then if I would press the button and start over, I would say yes. I would talk to more people and take more chances. I was convinced if I could start over, I would do much better. And back then, I remembered that I was never close with my father. He was very busy working from day and night in order to provide for our family. When he comes home from work, I was already sleeping. When I go to school in the morning, he was already on his way to work. But what's sad is, whenever he had time for me, I never had the chance to open up. Deep down, I always knew that I would be close to him someday, just not today. I thought I got all the time in the world. What could possibly go wrong? But one day, my mom got a phone call. It was my dad. He got into a terrible car crash, and people brought him to the hospital with broken and dislocated bones. The doctor ordered for surgery. When I heard that, I was crushed. I thought, how could this happen so fast? But long story short, the surgery was a success. And by the grace of God, my dad survived. And after a few days, we got him back home with us. And while he was recovering from the surgery, me and my dad, we grew really close. Very, very close. We talked more than we had ever talked before. And I had realized that I had missed a lot of chance of talking to him, all because I was afraid to open up. But here's the thing. What if he hadn't made it? What if the accident had taken him away from me before I could try to be close to him? And I kept thinking about the magical button. Would I press it? And for a long time, my answer was always yes. I thought if I could go back in time, I would fix everything. I would undo all the mistakes, and that way I will have no regrets. But then I realized something, that pressing that magical button may turn back time, but it would not change one thing, my fears. Because life is actually not about avoiding failure or having regrets. It's about learning from them and being brave. Regrets are not roadblocks, they are signposts. They show me where I have been and help guide me to where I'm going next. So, fellow Toastmasters, when was the last time you thought about starting life over? Maybe because you made a terrible mistake. Maybe because you wish you were braver. Or maybe because you wish you tried better. Always remember that life will never give us a second beginning, but it always gives us chances to begin again. Not by starting over, but by starting again from where we are now. And ladies and gentlemen, if in front of you now, there is a magical button, forget it. Just be brave, take a step forward, and never look back. Back to you, Tom.
Give applause to Toastmaster Christopher Halim. What a fantastic icebreaker speech. Wow. So what do you think, guys? Would you press that magical button in front of you, or just forget it and be brave to face this new start? Well, I'm thinking about maybe twice. Thank you, Christopher, for giving us a very insightful speeches. And now we're moving to our second speech. Toastmaster Nancy Are you ready? Yes. Well, Nancy will demonstrate our theme perfectly because she's truly halfway to success in her presentation mastery pathway, now tackling level 3. Give applause to Toastmaster Nancy. Well, her speech title, Close Your Eyes to See Yourself. Well, it suggests that sometimes we need to look inward to propel our momentum forward. Nancy, Afi, close your eyes to see yourself. Close your eyes to see yourself. Nancy, Afi.
Before I start my speech, am I audible and also visible?
Yes.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, I want to know, how long did you close your eyes to sleep last night? Is it 5 hours? You can answer it. 6 hours? Or maybe 4 hours like me? Yeah, Toastmaster Rendra and I, we have the same 4 hours. Okay, fellow Toastmaster friends and guests. In today's fast-paced world, sleep is often the first thing that we sacrifice. We tell ourselves, well, I will sleep when I'm done doing these things, when I'm done with my assignments, or when I'm done watching my favorite movies. But the truth is, sleep is not an optional. It is an essential that we need. Not just for rest, but sleep is also help us to restore. Fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, I am Nancy and I'm still in my early 20s, still in my uni as well. And let me tell you, I always think that I am strong, I am powerful. So sleep for 2 hours even, I can still survive during my day. So for the past 6 months, my sleeping patterns was messed up. Sometimes I sleep 4 hours, 5 hours, or sometimes only that 2 hours. But then it was all fine because I still survived. Until one day, my friend came to me in campus and she said, Nancy, what's wrong with you? Me? No, I'm fine. Nothing is wrong. Are you sure? Didn't you realize that you slept on class a few weeks ago? You forgot to bring the simple things like the handscone, and you even bring the wrong color of the books. What's wrong with you? Did you work all night? That's why you are tired? No, I'm not working. I'm just like you. We are students. Yeah, but you look different. You came up to campus exhausted, tired, and yeah, the most trivial thing, you slept on class. That was really bad. Well, fellow Toastmaster friends and guests, I didn't notice all of these things until my friends came up to me and tell me about it. That, yeah, after that, I tried to look back how my sleep time was messed up. And I try to repair it. That sleep is something important, that I cannot just ignore my sleeping time. Fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, when we sleep, there are amazing things happen in our brain and also our body. Well, our brain doesn't shut down when we sleep. It goes to work hard. It processes everything that we have learned throughout the day, organizing our thoughts, reinforcing memories, and letting go of what is unnecessary. It's like a mental cleanup crew that helping us wake up sharper, calmer, and more focused. Meanwhile, our body is also working. In our body, cells are repaired, our muscles are strengthened,
and our immune system is recharged. All of these things happen while we are sleeping. And that is the hidden power of sleep. It is the foundation of our physical, mental, and also emotional health. But to have those power, we need to have enough time of sleeping, not just in any amount, but experts recommend us to sleep for 7 to 9 hours every night. Why? Because during those hours, our body cycles through stages. So there are a few stages that happen during that amount of time that helps our body and also our brain to work to repair ourselves. But is 7 to 9 hours per night is enough? No, it's not enough. The quantity itself is not enough, but consistency is also matter as much. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, keep your internal clock in sync because this rhythm, known as your cardium rhythm, it is thing that will help you to fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and even wake up in the morning with energy. But if we don't have enough time to sleep, what will happen? So things just like happen in my life. You will be like me. You've become someone who is forgetful. You didn't perform well when you run your days. But more than just a physical reset, sleep is also a moment of return. When we close our eyes, we leave behind those noise, the expectations, and the pressure that we create space to feel again. The process of what we often ignore to simply be. And in those quiet time, in unconscious hour, our mind repairs not only the memory, but also our identity. And maybe that's the part that we forgot the most. That rest is not a weakness, it is a form of wisdom. Choosing to sleep well is choosing to value yourself, your health, your potential, and also your future. So, fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, I want to encourage you to have an enough time and also consistency of sleeping. So remember, tonight, do not just sleep because you are tired, but sleep because you deserve to feel the whole, to think clearly, and to live fully. Close your eyes and see yourself tomorrow. Back to you.
Yay, thank you, Nancy, for the reminder. Should we close the meeting and then go to sleep early?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Nancy. Well, actually, sleeping is like a privilege for some people because some of us cannot sleep well due to some work or some psychological condition and something like that. But for normal people, yeah. So if you can sleep 7 to 8 hours, why don't? But as we're getting older, we don't need that much time to sleep because maybe 5 hours or 4 hours, I don't know. So that is the end of the heart of our session in Bhinneka Online Toastmaster meeting, the prepared speaker. Now we're moving to the next adorable session, which will be led by our Toastmaster, table topic master, Miss Natalie Cahyadi. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Intan, our Toastmaster of the meeting. Before we start our table topic session, can I have the timers report, please, for this prepared speech session? Thank you, Toastmaster Tia. Awesome. All right. Now we will continue on to the table topic session. And this is a special session in Toastmasters because table topics have been patented by Toastmasters. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alicia. And it's basically a spontaneous speech session where both members and guests alike can practice their impromptu speech skill. For this, I think most of us are Toastmasters. I will just tell it briefly again. It's 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green, 1.5 minute yellow, 2 minutes red. You have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech if you want to be eligible to be voted on. All of the topics and the questions for tonight's table topic will be related to our meeting theme, Halfway to Success. Let me see the time, 7:30. I think every one of us will have a chance to try table topic, but I will give first priority for anyone who hasn't spoken yet. So Yenny or Uncle Mike, do you want to try?
Sure, it's okay.
Okay, I'll start with Yenny. I'll give you like the easy one first. So Toastmaster Yenny, tell us about a time that you almost gave up, but you didn't. Tell us about a time that you almost gave up, but you didn't. Toastmaster Yenny.
I ever at this position when I was a DVD. So at that time, I was a DVD for Division M. And then I also been elected as one of the secretary job at the temple. And then I also busy with my work and I just make decision to continue my how to say S2. I don't know in English.
Master degree.
Yes, master degree. So at that time, actually, I feel that very burnt out. And I still remember I cried. At that time, I cried. And then I called one of my mentor and then I said, I really want to quit because it's have a lot of burden, right? Because as DVD, we also have the challenges. And then I also need to control helping all the temple things that it's not easy. And I also have my responsible at my work, my children also, my kiddos. So it feels like from Monday till Sunday, there is from morning until night. My morning is start from 4 a.m. So I need to wake up very early to cook and prepare their breakfast and then send them to school. So for me, it's very hard. It's very busy. It's very exhausted. But right now, I can take it back at that moment. Wow, I feel so grateful that I can pass and I have the strongest to pass all that. So I feel very happy and very great that I can pass all that obstacle. And the one thing that I learned is I feel that I become stronger. I become stronger. I can learn a lot of things, and the most important thing, I can manage my emotional. Because sometimes when we are too exhausted, it's very easy for us to angry, right? Like cannot control ourselves like that. So I'm very happy that I can get through. So now my mission at Toastmaster, even though I'm not after I done my DVD, I keep on thinking to feel I can help the rest of the members. So I keep try to help the team. Like if I have spare time, like today, okay, I try to join the Bhinneka. So I don't go anywhere, right? So I'm very great. I feel that very grateful that I joined the Toastmasters so I can learn a lot of things and it's free place to make a mistakes. Really. So I learned a lot. Thank you. And back to Toastmaster Natalie.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yenny, for that sharing. I know, right? I think some of us, we've been in district leadership, so we know exactly your pain and also your experience. When you share your story, I'm like, yep, I understand. Yep. I could really connect with you. So thank you. And I'm so glad you didn't give up. So thank you also for joining us tonight. Next is Uncle Mike. Are you still there, Uncle Mike?
Yeah, I'm still here. My camera's not working though, unfortunately.
No problem. Are you interested in doing the table topic with video off?
Oh yeah, I give it a go. Yeah, thank you.
Or sure, I also posted the question in the chat box. The topic for you, or the question for you, Uncle Mike, is what keeps you going when success feels far away? What keeps you going when success feels far away? Toastmaster Mike Lim. Toastmaster Mike?
Right. I think the line's back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. What keeps you going when success feels far away? What keeps you going when success feels far away? Toastmaster Mike Lim.
Thanks very much, TTM Natalie. What
Seems like he's lost
Never.
connection.
There could be time that we're lucky, but most time there will be obstacles along the way. It's so the long, long way to walk and a long climb to get to the top. I think what keeps me going, with the help of a lot of people, including, of course, a lot of Toastmasters friends, is have that belief, have that desire. Do I have that desire to want to succeed? I think that's the first thing, the desire. And of course, desire by itself is not quite enough. Do I take actions to fulfill, to make sure that I can actualize or bring desire to fruition? But as we know, actions is one thing, failures they're bound to be. So I think the last thing I think we should be asking myself, and a lot of time I ask myself, and without frightening myself, is do I persist? The DAP formula. Having the desire, take action, and when we fail, which we're bound to, persistence. The thing in life, but I've found many have the persistence to keep going. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Uncle Mike. Thank you. Even though you're breaking up a little bit from time to time, but we could still hear you, and we still got the point that you're trying to convey across. I noticed the DAP that you mentioned, desire to take action and the persistence to keep going until the end. So thank you so much for sharing that, Uncle Mike. Anyone wants to volunteer for the third one? Okay, I'll go with Alicia first, and then Chris, and then whoever wants to do it, you can go after. Yes, Yani, desire, action, and the P is persistence. Okay, Alicia. Which one should I choose, or Alicia? Okay. Alicia Curtis, do you celebrate small wins along the way to success? Do you celebrate small wins along the way to success? Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis.
Natalie, yes, I do indeed. I've been a district officer literally for the last 10 years. I have not had a break in the last 10 years. I have done area director, division director, program quality director, public relations manager, admin manager, and everything else and far and in between. I know what all of you are saying. Get a bloody life, you stupid bloody idiot. Yes, I agree. But I learned how to succeed with winning in a different style. See, the Americans have a very unique style. Now, David, I'm not sure if you do this style of winning and all that, but in District 100, when I was serving as public relations manager, one of the things that the district that I served in talked about the 12-week year. Has anyone heard of the 12-week year? Okay, one person has sort of heard of it, and Rendra has sort of heard of it as well. David, have you heard of the 12-week year? Okay, so instead of having a million, billion, zillion, trillion, gazillion goals all in that year, because let's be realistic, how many goals do we achieve over a year? Usually 0, because we don't think about how we're going to achieve them short term, but we're thinking about long term. That's not realistic. So when I think about small wins, I learned about the 12-week year. Putting the small bites to the big elephant, small bites to eat to the elephant in a shorter time frame. Achieve 2 goals or cross them off in the space of 12 weeks. And so I started to take that attitude and that style of learning and that style of living in Toastmasters and applying it to real world, because that's how my university operates. It operates on a trimester, 12 weeks. At the 13th week, we look at success and winning. And winning, of course, is getting distinctions or higher. And I have now applied that in all avenues of my life. So how do I celebrate the small wins? By getting to that 13th week and reflecting on what I succeeded. If I failed, I cross it off the list and I move on to the next goal. Back to you, Natalie.
Thank you, Alicia, for sharing that. Yes. I think the common theme for tonight is that don't be afraid of failing, because failing is not final and it's not fatal for sure, and it's not the end of everything. I think somebody mentioned that every day we get a new chance to restart again from where we are. So thanks again for the reminder, Alicia. Next one we have, which one? I said it was Chris. Was it Chris? Right, Chris. Okay, Toastmaster Christopher, if your life was a movie, what would the scene at the half point look like? If your life was a movie, what would the scene at the half point look like? Toastmaster Chris.
Well, actually, Natalie, if my life was a movie, I think the halfway point of my life would look like my speech just now. Because at the half point of my life, I feel like I wanted to literally just quit. You know that feeling when you just could not find the things that you really want to do or the things you like, but just cannot feel fun in any activity, You just feel like, where am I going? If I don't find somewhere to go, or if I don't pursue something that I really like, I might just, I don't know what will happen to me. But ladies and gentlemen, whenever we find that kind of things, we often try to just think about it. But I once heard a wise man said that overthinking cannot be cured by overthinking. It will just make you overthink. It will only be cured by having an action. So if we ever find our life is stuck, like my life in my halfway point of my movie, I think the best way is just to do something and let our hearts just find something that we really like, where we can be beneficial to the other people, and just live life and not take everything too seriously. Back to you, Natalie.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Yeah, overthinking cannot be cured by overthinking, but I think overthinking will lead to so many other overreacting, overweight, and many other overs that is not good for you, right? Speaking from personal experience. Great. Awesome. Thank you. Who else wants to go next? Yes, Nancy. You ready, Nancy? You can unmute. Okay, Toastmaster Nancy, what is something in your life that you feel halfway successful at? What is something in your life that you feel halfway successful at? Toastmaster Nancy.
Hello, Toastmaster friends, and yes, as I mentioned, I'm a uni student. So I would say that one thing that I am halfway to success is my study in the university. Now I am in the 6th semester, which is next year I will graduate, and after that I still need to pursue my, how to call it, like a profession for my degree. So it will take like another 1 year. So for now, I would say that the halfway of success is in my in my university life. I have been through 3 years, 3 years amazing, 3 amazing years during the uni, and many things has happened. Assignments, deadlines. I study pharmacy, so I would say chemistry, all the chemical reaction. I have, I need to cope with them, and I am halfway success because next year would be my final year, and I believe that to get into the next year, I cannot just be okay, I'm halfway, so I have to rest. No, but I still have to work a little bit harder, because when you are in uh, when you almost graduate, the lessons, the things is also getting tougher. So dealing with that, I have to prepare myself to even work harder so that I can graduate hopefully on time next year. So that is my journey of success for now. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Yes, you're in uni, you're halfway there. And I'm so happy for you because I've seen your growth in the past year. And I'm sure that Toastmaster will benefit not only for your personal growth, but also for your professional growth as well after you finish uni. And good luck with the chemical reaction. You know, finding that chemistry. Okay, next. Let me see. Anyone want to do something? Intan? After Intan, it's Rendra. After Rendra, Tia, and last is David. So I'll just point out everyone first. Intan, you can unmute.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let me ask this to Intan, Toastmaster Intan. How do you define success at the halfway point? How do you define success at the halfway point, Toastmaster Intan?
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. And how do I define success in my halfway point? Well, actually, like Alicia said, that we could not, how to say, set a very huge, a very big, the destination is far away. We just made it small bites and then small action that we have to do every single day. And that is what I called a success for me. Say, for example, every single day I'm very tired and I'm feeling lazy. I just want to, from work, go to bed, but I have to manage that laziness, that feeling, and then started to go to the gym. And that was the big winning for me, because after finish my workout, I will feel like, oh, this is a big success for me in that day. And I will divide my success into the physical win, into the professional win, and also to the psychological win. So I have to manage that. We have to finish all of our duty as a Muslim, and then my duty as a mom. Say, for example, like you have to prepare the breakfast for the kids. Just fry some sausage and sunny side eggs. That is enough. And then for the physical win, I have to move my body, and then for the professional, I have to finish my job. So that is actually a day by day success for me. And I don't think as my, how to say, getting older, I'm not too ambitious and calming down. I do not take anything, how to say, yes, I still dream big, but a lot of realistic hit me. So yeah, that's just going on. So yeah, just go along the way. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Intan. I asked her to deliver a speech. She ended up, yeah, sharing her personal story. Yeah, nobody wants to listen to a mom of two, working mom of two, but all of us here wants to listen to you. So satisfied. Awesome. Who did I say next? Next is Rendra. Rendra, are you ready?
Okay, sister, give it a try.
Yes, okay. You want a very focused question, so I'll give you a focused question. Toastmaster Rendra, what's more important, starting strong or finishing strong? What's more important, starting strong or finishing strong, Toastmaster Rendra?
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I will be realistic to you. In a certain project or certain activities that the end of the due date is final or clear, having a great and strong ending is powerful. It's like you are doing speech or doing magic, and the end is the best giveaway to the audience. However, in a real life, that the end is simply mysterious, like married life, like having a girlfriends and boyfriends, maybe like joining a member in a Toastmasters club. You just really never know when will it be ended and who will end it first. Well, then in that condition of life, enjoy a minute, a seconds you can breathe. That's the way I mostly enjoy the life. Well, for example, now I'm taking a small vacation in Bandung. Yes, in Bandung. Well, the rest of the family doing city walk in Braga, and I think wherever they would like to go, I still here with you, enjoying Bhinneka online Toastmasters. Why? Because I enjoy it. I love it. When I met you, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, particularly, there's something good to give strong at the end. There's also something that is good to have strong at the beginning. But to me, there's a third options. Just give strong everything every time that you can remember at that moment. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. I give a kick to Natalie back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rendra. So you said either starting strong or finishing strong, both are important. Just be strong all the time. But a tips for you, even though I'm not married yet, I know that when you're dealing with your wife, be strong all the time is not always the answer. Yeah, Yenny can vouch for that, or Intan can vouch for that. Maybe David as well. Okay, next is Tia. Rendra, can you do the timer, please? Like my brain is already overloaded. I cannot do one more role.
I
Thanks.
can.
Okay, Toastmaster Tia, relax. I'll give you the easy one also, same like Yenny. Toastmaster Tia, share a goal that you have set this year. Are you halfway there yet? Share a goal you've set this year. Are you halfway there yet? Toastmaster Tia.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share my quote to this year. My goal in this year, if I want to join with you at Toastmaster Club, because this is another momentum with the best moment with you all. Why? Because this is another my goal in another my goal in my plan in to encourage myself to be brave and improve to speaking English in front of you in here. And I want to another plan in my Toastmaster Club. I want to as another member. I want to become as like that vice president public relation or vice president membership. So this is makes me to be brave and improve to English in front of uh, to all fellow Toastmaster or to all another people in another place. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, Miss Natalie.
Thank you, Tia. Yes, that's a great goal, and I support you for that. Thank you for also joining Bhinneka for 3 weeks in a row. I mean, 3 meetings in a row. So well done. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I think it's a quote from Dale Carnegie, you learn speaking by speaking. So keep coming back, and then you'll get better at it. Last but not least, we have DTM David. David, are you
Yep.
ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, so I'll give you a questions of your caliber. Have you ever realized halfway through a goal that your direction needed to change? Have you ever realized halfway through a goal that your direction needed to change? Distinguished Toastmaster David.
Have you realized halfway through a goal has your direction needed to change? Yes, and thinking about that, that was one aspect of being in graduate school. I would never change my major. My PhD's in pharmacology and toxicology, and I love having studied that. I still find the topic very interesting. However, when I was in graduate school, the first professor I was under, he was an okay guy, but he didn't have very good research ideas. And I was really fortunate to have another faculty member who gave me advice on that. And then after a while, I found out that his previous 8 graduate students had never finished. And that was pretty negative. So I knew I had to change professors, and I moved to a different professor. So the first guy was a nice guy. He had good funding, but I would have never finished my degree if I was there. Whereas when I went with the second professor, he was much better leader and helped me finish my PhD. So that was probably the biggest change in my life, was having to change professors in the middle of graduate school in order so I could finish my degree. That's my story, Natalie.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Wow, it must be tough changing professor in the middle of your degree. I can't even imagine that, because some of my friends who's doing PhD, They're stuck with one professor from beginning until the end, and it's already like taking a toll on them. So really kudos to you, David. Thank you. May I ask for timer's report? So timer, if you can unmute yourself and share the timing reports, please. Thank you.
Okay. This is a timer report for me. For Yeni, 2 minutes 58 not eligible. Mike, 2 minutes 14 eligible. Alicia, 2 minutes 26 is eligible. Chris, 1 minute 27 is eligible. And Nancy, 1 minute 41 eligible. Intan, 2 minutes 9 seconds is eligible. And Rendra, 2 minutes and 12 seconds is eligible. And for me, 1 minute 30 seconds. And the last David, 1 minute 27. And now I want to share to the column chat. Natalie.
Box.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I noticed during Yeni's speech, there was a technical problem because the green light did not get turned on. So as a table topic master, I would like to allow her to be voted as well because that's a mistake on our part. So can I summarize that everyone is eligible to be voted on? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that's all for the table topic session tonight. I hope you have fun. And remember, it's June, so you're halfway throughout 2025. If you haven't reached any goals that you have written down on January, don't worry, you're not alone. Me too. And yeah, we still have 6 months to go. And the key is to do it consistently every day. For now, I would like to give it back to Toastmaster of the meeting, who will continue the meeting proceeding. So give it up for Toastmaster Intan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Natalie, for the inspiring questions and also for all the speakers who already shared their story. Well, actually, success is not just about the destination, right? So it's about recognizing the progress that we've made so far and then using that recognition to push us forward and to build the momentum. So we have to find our own self momentum so we can grow our goals. And actually, each small step forward will create the energy for the next bigger step. And for the next session, I would like to call upon our general evaluator to start the evaluation session. Toastmaster David, time is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, a key part of Toastmasters is evaluation, and that's an important part of leadership as well. I know my team at work really appreciates when I give them feedback. And particularly like a month ago, we gave a talk together. 3 of us gave a talk together, and I gave them feedback afterwards. They really appreciate that. And I think Toastmasters has given me strong feedback skills. We'll begin, and please correct me if you're the agenda, my timing on your agenda's off, but we'll go with the evaluator for Christopher's speech. And who is, I actually have the older agenda. Who's the evaluator for Christopher's speech?
It's going to be me because...
sorry. I see it on your Zoom. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, David. Okay. Press that magical button, Toastmaster Christopher Halim. Wow, what an inspirational speech. I felt like really inspired after listening to your speech. And I noticed there were like 3 excellent points in what you just shared with us. The first one was the use of personal story. As this is your icebreaker, the purpose of icebreaking speech is to introduce yourself to the club, and using your personal story, show us a glimpse of who you are, where you are at in your life stages, and also a glimpse about your dad and your relationship with him. The second thing that I like was the structure the opening tie back to the closing, and it makes the whole speech comes for full circle. And also the flow of ideas between one point to another was very smooth. So I would like to commend you on that. Having a clear structure helped us to understand and follow the speech easily. The third thing that I like was the closing. At the end, you related back to the audience by asking a question that we can reflect on, and also give us some call to action that we can be encouraged to just take action, don't fear failure. So I really like those three things. How to make this speech even more connected with your audience? I would like to offer you three recommendations. The first one is eye contact. Eye contact is the bridge to someone's soul, and it's something that connecting us and the speaker, us as an audience and you as a speaker. I noticed that during the speech, instead of like looking at the camera, you're looking down quite a lot, maybe for peeking at your notes. You can do it a little bit more elegantly by putting your notes here right on your screen, so you don't really seem like peeking. Mainly if you manage to maintain eye contact, because it's online, and with online there's no other way except looking at the camera. So I would like to suggest to you that even if you need to peek, do it a little bit more elegantly so that people don't really know that you're actually peeking, and just maintain the connection with the audience. The second thing I would like to suggest is the utilization of pause. Pauses are really important and crucial if you manage to place it well throughout your speech. Pauses give the audience time and space to digest the speech, and also it can dramatize the impact of your speech. For example, when you add pauses to the beginning, when you set the magical button. So here's the magical button. Would you press it? Compared to here's the magical button. Would you press it? Just adding 2 seconds of pause will give a slightly more dramatic impact for the audience. Another part that you can also add on was that when you said during your dad accident, I thought I had all the time in the world. You can say, I thought I had all the time in the world. Adding slight pause there will also elongate the impact. The third thing that I would like to suggest is that giving us a glimpse of what happens next, or in my own phrase is show us the transformation. So you have mentioned about you before fearing of failure, and then you and your dad before the accident and after the accident. But what happened with Chris after changing of like the mindset? You can add like 1 or 2 sentences like, after that, I did not, after that, I started my own business, or I ventured out to do this thing or that thing. So you can just add like 1 or 2 sentences to tie it back to who you were before your dad accident, that has nothing to do with your dad. If you do that, I think the speech in itself will become like a very strong and solid speech. Overall, it's an inspirational speech. I don't even know what my time is right now, but it was excellently done on the use of personal story, the structure, and also the closing. If you can improve on showing us the transformation, the use of pause, as well as eye contact, then I believe this speech can be not only inspirational, but also connect with the audience. David.
Okay, thank you, Natalie. And now we'll go to the Nancy's evaluator, Alicia. Alicia?
Thank you. I'm just going to ask our timer. Tia, could you please confirm that you are able to time? Otherwise, I might get Rendra to time, if that's okay. Just because we need to make sure that we time. Can you just show us the green, the yellow, and the red light before I start?
Yes, yes, I will start.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Well, I have a confession to make, friends. I only sleep like 2 or 3 hours myself every single night. I think most of you are going, oh dear, what's she doing? Yes, I go Toastmastering around the world. Yes, I live a ridiculous and frivolous life. And thank you, Nancy, for bringing sleep hygiene to the forefront to all of us tonight. I think most of us were sitting here going, guilty. Okay, hands up if you're guilty of bad sleep hygiene. Just be honest. Confession. We're getting recorded. Some of us are good. Okay, Yenny's good. Some of us are going, okay, we're committed to sleep hygiene. All right. One of the things I really loved that Nancy did tonight was she used rhetoric. Now, when we're doing persuasive speeches, so Nancy's purpose was to persuade us on a topic of something unfamiliar to all of us. And what I thought that was she did really well is she used rhetoric magically. She asked us a question at the beginning and we had that guilt trip happening and we're like, oh yes, is it 2, is it 4, is it 6, is it 8? How many hours do you actually get of sleep? And then at the end she used a rhetoric statement, not the question but the statement, and she gave us the backup of what she had talked about. So she did the thing, tell us again, tell us what you told us, etc. So I really enjoyed what she did with regards to that. This was a very well-written speech. Now, Nancy's only been in Toastmasters for about 12 to 18 months, and I want to say she has improved so far out of sight since the very shy, little introverted young lady that she was about 12 to 18 months ago to be able to stand up and deliver a speech on something that most of us are guilty of. And I love the way that she's just so passionate about this topic. I mean, let's be honest, she was so passionate. And this is what I like when I hear a speaker who is new to Toastmasters and just gives it their all. So I want to give you a huge round of applause for that, Nancy. You really shone tonight. Now, growth and development points. First one is the use of the English language. Now, I'm not sure when you're at university versus here at Toastmasters, how you use English, if you use it on campus or not. Now, one of the things I noticed was the use of articles. The articles were missing. So articles are the words that add emphasis and they connect the sentence and give us emphasis and points. It's about the nouns and the verbs and the placement. So one of the things that you made a comment on was came to me in campus. That's not correct. So it should be came to me on the campus or came to me at the campus. It depends on where and how you are meeting the purpose and meeting the person at the campus. So I would suggest if you want to work with someone who is a native English speaker, I would suggest having maybe a chat with someone before you do your speech about how you use your articles and your grammar. That would be one of the first techniques. And I've seen the red light and I'm ignoring it at the moment. One of the things I noticed also was consistently throughout the speech, when you were making an emphasis on a point to persuade us, it was always fellow Toastmasters, guests, and friends. You only need to say it once. We don't need to hear fellow Toastmasters, guests, and friends consistently. All you have to do is to emphasize that point, have you, or give us the question because you're trying to persuade us. Like stop, pause, and engage. It's a very common thing that we do in the sport of rugby. Think about how you're going to emphasize rather than saying fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests, because I counted it 5 times in your speech. The next one is the gestures. Now, they were sort of like, it was like a mechanical thing happening here, 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 here. I was getting quite lost with regards to how you were using your gestures. And again, I think when you go back and watch your speech, you will see how you use your gestures where they were mechanical. So I would suggest whoever your mentor is to think about working on what the gestures are, that's Natalie, how you use your gestures with emphasis and pizzazz. Like we need to use our gestures. Like I'm like, here's the pizza thing happening, going crazy. How do we actually use the gestures to express ourselves correctly in the English language? The last one was, I would have liked to have seen more about you failing with sleep hygiene. You talked about it. You said sometimes I had 2 hours, but when was a time that you failed with sleep hygiene? As the master of the story, you want to tell us a time when you failed and then came out and succeeded. So we want to be able to go, okay, you failed. We all know we can, like, that's reality. Humanity fails in everything. How do I actually bring myself out of the valley of death and bring myself up to become the hero of my story? So I think especially around university, because hey, yours truly is at university, and what you did to overcome becoming tired. So that would be my only recommendation there. But thank you for pointing out sleep hygiene, and I've looked at it. The time, it's 10:19. I only had an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep last night. So thank you for making me think maybe I do need a good 8 to 12 hours of sleep tonight. Thank you, David, and I'm sorry, but DTM does mean don't time me. So don't time me on today.
Thank you, Elisa. And you don't look like you just had a couple hours of sleep. Now I'll move to Rendra for our counter report.
Thank you, David. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share the Excel, amazing Excel that I'm happy working on it. Give me a note that you can see my slides.
We can.
Yeah, cool. I didn't count mine. For Natalie, Natalie to me is a lady of soul. I don't know. Maybe Natalie just loves to say it. So maybe it's like beautiful word for her. So she made it 11 times. Well, maybe more, but I can count only 11. And then you can see Intan Rawit as a Tom. She totally make a lot both in lexical aspect and non-lexical aspect. All those combined 21. Never give up, Intan. Always come to the meeting. You will register that dramatically. And then David, well, David is native English. It's hard to find lexical and lexical from him. He's expert to me. And then Tia, Tia, I see you got a bit nervous. However, even though you are nervous, you made small number on both sides. Christopher is excellent. It seems that his native English from somewhere, maybe in another intergalactical, because he speaks good English. And Nancy, to be honest to you, when you delivered your prepared speech, those was almost zero. And when you started table topic, you make those accounting more. Okay, drill more on table topic, Nancy. Alicia made 4. So it seems that Australian degree students really love soap. Yeah. And Mr. Mike, finally, maybe because the audio issue, somehow you did very good in English. And by this report, we can see so used so often in our tonight meeting. Yes. And then for the non-lexical, it's always is the masterpieces that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, this report is made to let you know that how many you have made lexical and non-lexical. And you can adjust in the next meeting. It depends on you. What do you like? Thank you. I give the control back to our GE, David.
Makashi, Rendra. Okay, now we'll move on to our timer, Tia. And I realized Tia at one point forgot to time. I've done that too, so I know the feeling. Tia?
Okay. For the report timer to evaluator to Natalie, I'm sorry, I have distraction from Rendra. From Natalie, have to time 5:45 seconds. And Alicia, thank you for remind me. You have time 62 seconds. And you can you can give change for the evaluator is not eligible. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, David.
All right, fellow Toastmasters. Natalie, do I go first and then you for the ballot counting?
Yes, I just launched the poll. If you can vote for your favorite speakers, since there were timing issues for vote evaluators, I just put vote on the table. So you just pick your favorite one.
Okay.
While you're voting, David can continue on with your general evaluation report. Thank
Sure.
you.
So I'm going to mix in some of a grammarian report into this as well. So overall, I think the club is very energetic. It's fun. I had to get up at 6:35 this morning for the meeting, and last night my club in Japan went to 11:09, so I didn't get the required sleep that Nancy had talked about. In terms of grammar, one thing I heard, Nancy, in your talk was you said sleep is not an optional. You want to say sleep is not optional. Sleep is not optional. And you said I can survive during the day. And you want to just flip that around. I can survive during the day. I can survive during the day. But overall, your speaking was very strong and confident. Natalie, when you were speaking at one time, it sounded like you said, rather than fatal, you said fatal. Fatal. Fatal is what you want to say. And sometimes I have to decipher my own notes. Intan, when you were speaking, I really liked how you used personal, professional, physical in describing your thoughts. That was a nice use of words. And Natalie, when you said eye contact is the bridge to the soul, again, very strong, passionate use of language. For me, as an English speaker, it's fun with Alicia because we both speak English, but with different accents. And I could hear that in the difference in the word rhetoric versus a different emphasis with Alicia, but obviously both are correct. And also she said, how do I bring myself out of the valley of death? That's a fun use of language, figurative use of language when you're giving a speech evaluation. Overall, though, very powerful meeting, enjoyable meeting. One thing on pauses, Rendra with his counter report, pauses are invaluable. When I first started teaching in China, I would teach from 8:30 to 5 for 2 days in a row at Peking University. And although I can speak some Chinese, I don't speak well enough to teach in it. So the first year I had a translator, and having a translator slows things down a lot. And you can imagine 8:30 to 5, that's a long time. However, after the first year, they said, your English is clear. You don't need a interpreter. And I think a lot of that was because of Toastmasters teaching me to use pauses. So that's something always to add to or to think about when you're speaking, is using pauses to add power and clarity to your speech. Overall, though, enjoyable meeting. I'm glad to get up at 6:35 to attend this meeting. And with that, I will turn it back to our Toastmaster. Oh, one more thing. I was okay with Alicia going late. I know she went over time, but I enjoyed hearing her, so that was fun. Okay, back to our Toastmaster, Intan.
Thank you for the evaluation, very thorough, David 老师. I heard that you can speak Mandarin very well, and you just say that you teach in China.
我还有很多地方需要学习。
哇，谢谢。I think Natalie is also Chinese, and Jenny, and maybe Chris is Chindo, yeah, Chinese Indonesian. We all engage with Mandarin. Well, I think that was the end of the meeting today, and I'll give it back to the president of the club, Miss Natalie again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Intan. Let me do one clarification. I look Chinese but cannot speak Mandarin. Sorry, I'm fake Chinese. All right. Let's go back to the ballot counter first. And we have a pretty tight competition. Oh, before that, Rendra, we haven't taken a photo. Group photo.
Oh yeah. I also
Let's take a
remember.
group photo first.
Okay. What is the theme of the day?
Normal pose first, and then we go.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
How do you define normal?
Everyone, come on, turn on your video and normal pose first. 3, 2, and 1. Ah, super. I will repeat.
Yes.
I have to post it somewhere first.
Second pose,
To say-
halfway to success.
Wait.
Halfway to
Wait,
success.
Mamma Mia. Wait a minute. Okay,
Yes,
this one.
yes.
Wait. Okay. I have posted there and here. Okay, done. Finished. Now, the post according to the theme. What is the theme?
Halfway to success.
Okay, halfway to success. Just imagine yourself with this theme. What will be your pose? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Super. Not done yet. I still need one. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah. Wait, I think it's supposed to be this one. Okay. Now your freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Freestyle. Yenny say it abnormal. Okay, it's abnormal. It's okay. So it's abnormal or your freestyle. It is your call. Okay. Wait. 3, 2, and 1. Super. Done. Tom, I close my eyes.
Thank you, Rendra. Thank you. Okay, let's go to announce today's favorite speakers. So if you are not selected, don't worry. It means you need to choose yourself next time, all right? Because the only vote difference is 1 for each categories. Let me start with Rendra. Later, you can please take a photo, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Let's start with the best prepared speech speaker. Drum roll, please. Best prepared speech speaker goes to Toastmaster Christopher Halim.
Wow, this man joined the first time and not first time, I think it may be second, and get the award. Hey, Chris,
Guys.
there was amazing moment, bro. Now, prepare yourself with your pose. 3, 2, 1. Okay, super Chris. Done.
And thank you, Rendra. The next is best table topic speakers. It goes to drum roll. Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis.
Yay!
Wait, Alicia.
I'm
I
sitting
have
here
to-
real positive here on the 12-week year.
Yeah,
Yes.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Do I have
Okay,
to smile?
Up to you, Alicia. Three,
Okay, I'll smile.
two, one. Okay, super. That's beautiful
Thank-
smile.
Thank you so much, Rendra.
Okay.
Thank you,
Wait, I
Rendra.
need to.
The most
Sorry.
beautiful thing that you said tonight. Okay, cool. Last one. Best speech evaluator goes to me.
Okay, evaluate.
I can hear the
Okay.
result. It's not corrupted or whatsoever.
Okay. I pin you, Nat. I
Thanks.
pin you. So you are and your evaluatee both the champion of the net. Is it
Yeah,
the
okay.
message of the
Let's take a
universe?
photo.
Wait. Okay, three, two, one. Super gorgeous
Cool.
lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rendra. Please post the photo so you don't lose it. And now, as the acting president of this club, before I close the meeting, I also would like to ask for some guest comments, especially for Yeni, who's coming to Bhinneka for the very first time. How did you enjoy the meeting? Any thoughts, ideas, or suggestion for us?
Mama Jenny, you are still mute. I cannot hear you.
My kiddo's so happy at that.
Yeah,
It's okay. You can just speak. They're the BGM. No problem.
no problem.
Okay. I think I need to learn more English, so if I have time, I will join again next time. And maybe I would like to deliver my speech to practice my English. Okay? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. I will say something about our next meeting, but let me keep that under wraps until we finish the guest comment. How about Tia from STC? Thoughts, comments, feedbacks?
Okay. Thank you, Natalie. This is the second meeting I joined the Bhinneka Toastmaster. Maybe second or third meeting, but I'm so fun because there is a Mr. Distraction to Rendra. He always distraction, another speed, another table topic. He always makes me forget about the timer. But this is so fun in BTC. Thank you for having me, Natalie.
Yes, thank you, Tia. Thank you. No problem. Rendra is always distracting. Now, the key is if you manage to keep focus amidst Rendra's scene, then you've leveled up. Uncle Mike, are you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm still here. Hi.
Hey, Uncle Mike, any feedback for the meeting?
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be part of the evening. I really enjoyed that. It's the first time that I've joined your club, although you and I have met quite a few times. I'm just highly impressed by the energy of the meeting and also how smoothly it ran. So it's a very enriching evening for me. I know you guys are talking about going to sleep soon. Where I am now is 10:30 in the evening, not like in Jakarta. So once again, thanks a lot for the opportunity. All the best, everyone.
Thank you, Uncle Mike. Thank you for coming to our meeting. I think this is not your first time. I remember during pandemic, you visited our club once when you were still in, I forgot the name of the city in Australia, but you said that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm still here in Australia at the moment. It's winter and cold.
Yeah. I have good memories, so I still remember.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you for coming back. Yes.
Thank
How
you.
about, let's see, David, over GE.
Yeah, of course, you guys know I really enjoy this meeting. It's like I get to travel to Indonesia for a couple hours and connect with all of you. It's a very energetic meeting. It's fun to have Alicia here as well. So, and Chris from Malaysia. So, just glad to be here.
Cool. Thanks, David. Chris is from Indonesia as well.
Oh, Chris is okay. Why? For some reason, I thought. Okay, sorry. I guess
No
it was
problem.
I'm
That's
from
a great
Malaysia.
segue.
Mike
So
is from Indian. Yeah.
Mike
from
is from
Malaysia.
Malaysia, but now in Australia. No problem. We're
I need
everywhere.
more sleep.
Yes, let's blame everything to lack of sleep. That's a great segue to ask for the next feedback from Chris from STC.
Okay, hi everyone. This is my second time in Bhinneka, and I I'm so happy that I knew almost all of the people here, except for I think Yenny. It's my first time meeting you, right? But for David and for Alicia, we've met with the last meeting, and it was a great meeting. Thank you for having me, and I think I'm surely going to join the next Bhinneka meeting 2 weeks from now. So see you guys on the next meeting. Back to you.
Cool. Thank you, Chris. And last but not least, I really asked Alicia to give a feedback, but why not, Alicia?
Yeah, why not? Hey, it's 10:30, it's freezing cold in Sydney, and I'm hating Sydney at the moment. I always love coming to Bhinneka. I feel like, you know, the mold on the wall or the dusty, dirty cabinet of furniture, because I've been coming since day one, since you guys charted. So it's good. I just feel like, you know, the family. I was like, yeah, what's on Sunday night? Ah, Bhinneka. And Natalie always sends me a message. Do you want to come? Yeah, sure, I'm here. So here I am.
Thank you, Alicia. Like I mentioned before, I think I've spoken about this several times. If we have an honorary club member status or title, Alicia will definitely get that because she has been with us from day one and still with us until now. And it's just amazing how her support has helped Bhinneka along the way. So thank you, Alicia. Thank you for all the guest comments and feedback and then all visiting Toastmasters. I would like to share several announcements regarding our club going forward, as this is the last meeting in term 2024-2025, and the next meeting will be on the July onwards, will be on the next term 2025-2026. So I have contacted all paid members of Bhinneka, and we have agreed to move the meeting to Monday evening, starting on July 7 p.m. Jakarta time, or GMT +7, 8 p.m. Bali time, or GMT +8, just like Malaysia or Brunei time.
10.
Yes, which means 10 p.m. for Alicia and 8 a.m. for David in the US. It's gonna be on the first and third Monday. Let's say 8 p.m. Bali, 8 a.m. USA, 10 p.m. Australia, 7 p.m. Jakarta, Surabaya, and all the western part of Indonesia. So that's going to be our new schedule starting July and going forward on the next term, because we decided that let's reserve Sunday for family. And we hope that as we involve more members and also visiting Toastmasters, as we move to the weekday meeting, that will be a better chance to grow our club, because right now our membership is at 8 members, right in the neck of the minimum club member. So again, the schedule starting on July, let me grab my calendar. It will be on the first and third Monday. So it's going to be 7th of July and 21st of July. 7 p.m. GMT +7, 8 p.m. GMT +8, 8 a.m. for David, 10 p.m. for Alicia. So it's going to be our schedule going forward. First and third Monday evening for us. Another announcement that I would like to make is that our upcoming exco has been finalized, and the club president will be me. Thank you. The VPE will be Ben, and the remaining officer will resume their roles. So VPM is still Rendra, and then the VPPR still Nancy. The secretary is still Keisha, who cannot come today because of some eye problem. The treasurer and SAA now will be Pipet, so she will assume dual roles. last announcement is that on June 30th, Monday, same time, 7 p.m. for GMT plus 7, 8 p.m. GMT plus 8, 8 a.m. for David, 10 p.m. for Alicia. Monday, 30th of June. Mark your calendar, 30th of June on Monday, we will have 1 hour seminar with 1 hour workshop with Firsi Gotuako. So it's not going to be a regular meeting. It's really just workshop. So it's going to be 75 minutes full of workshop from beginning until the end. So no fluff, no nothing. You can come, learn for 1 full hour and get out. The topic will be announced later. We're now discussing, yes, Yani, we will share the flyer. We're now discussing the 2 possible topics. It's either for the membership or for left or right. We will definitely share the flyer and the flyer or poster or further information after we finalize the detail in this coming week. So wait for it and we'll definitely update you for that. That's all the announcement for tonight. Thank you for all your participation. And we're now at 8:45. And in Bhinneka, we always have a saying, if we can end the meeting early, why not? Let's not waste time. So thank you all. This meeting is officially adjourned. See you again on the 30th of June.
See everyone.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop
Thank you,
the
everyone.